Let's start off with a conversation about sound levels. Sound levels are measured by dBA, and sound levels were of a concern of the community of Tierra del Mar when Facebook decided it was going to do a horizontal drilling project here. Facebook eventually stipulated to a sound level based on an acoustic analysis or an acoustic report that it secured supposedly from an independent source that does this kind of thing. The report said that given the machinery that was going to be used and a sound curtain that was going to be put up by Facebook, that the decibel or the dB level was going to be no more than 75 decibels, but at a continuous rate for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Much of the equipment has been installed, and some of the equipment, not all of the equipment, was turned on this morning, and I think they were conducting kind of an operational test, but we got our first chance to take a gander at the equipment in operation and to record the actual sound level. Now, the way I'm recording the sound level is that I'm using a Samsung A6 smartphone with an app that I use actually because I am hearing impaired, and it's important to know sound levels in certain cases, even though I'm hearing impaired, because it affects how my hearing equipment might work or might not. And I use an app called Sound Analyzer app, and it's got two lines. You actually saw this at the very beginning and underneath the titles of this video. But I'll give you a close-up here as to what this looks like and explain what it is that you're looking at. Okay, this is the app called Sound Analyzer, and it's on my smartphone, which is, as I said, a Samsung A6. And what you see are two lines, a blue line and a red line, and both measure a type of dBA or sound level. The blue line is actually giving you an average dB level, or the level of sound, since the app was turned on, which was some seconds ago. And the red line is actually recording the various sounds that are happening as they're happening, such as the clock in the background and also my voice. You might also hear the lawnmower going on out front. So this is the app that we're using. An ambient sound in a very quiet area is usually running around 40, which is down there towards the bottom, not the very bottom. The very bottom is 20 dBs. And a quiet room will run about 40 dBs. The next line up, right now you can see that we're kind of sort of around 60 dBs in here, just having a conversation. And at about 80 dBs of sustained sound level, it begins to get problematic. 80 dBs is, by some accounts, and I checked with Yale University this morning and they had a good chart, at 80 dBs for a sustained period of time, it can cause hearing damage. Being a person who has incurred hearing damage, I can tell you that it's not something you want to have happen to you. All right, this gives you kind of a little in-service about how the sound level looks on this particular app. And now we're going to go to the site where Facebook is doing some horizontal drilling and has turned on some of the equipment already this morning. morning. It's March 10, 2020, and we're here at Tierra Del Mar, and at the site where Facebook is beginning to do a horizontal drilling project. The equipment has been moved in, or at least most of it, and some of the equipment has been turned on. So this will give you an idea as to what the actual impact is, but not all of the equipment, we believe, has yet been put into operation. Okay, we're now at the driveway to the house next door, just south of the site and behind the noise curtain. So I'll now show you what the dB level is right here. There is an epilogue of sorts to today's story. Yesterday, when we observed the equipment being brought in, we were able to get an idea as to the equipment that's actually being installed. It was different equipment than what was stipulated as being the equipment that was going to be used by Facebook when they made the application for a conditional use permit. That's important because different equipment produces a different level of sound. This morning I wrote to the planning director for Tillamook County, Sarah Absher, in an email, and I think I posted this email fairly early in the morning, but I'll read you a portion of what I said to Ms. Abshire. The HDD unit brought in by the applicant is an American Augers DD440T. This is not the type of unit specified by the applicant in its application as approved by the Planning Commission and the County Commission. The signed board order dated January 15, 2020 stated the board finds, based on the evidence in the record, average construction sound levels are expected to be approximately 68 dBA at the property line, as detailed in the applicant's acoustical report prepared by Jacobs, an independent acoustic consultant. Said acoustical report specifically identified the drill rig, a primary source for the noise and vibration, as a Vermeer Navigator D330 X500. Thus, the entire findings of the applicant's acoustic report can no longer be considered operative, as the specified unit considered in the acoustic report is not what is actually being placed on the site by the applicant. The Vermeer Navigator D330 X500 produces a sound level of 72 to 75 dB, whereas the machine that's being installed, actually being installed by Facebook, produces 88 dB. A sound source of 88 dB is considerably louder than one which is rated at 75 dBA. For example, a comparison chart posted by Yale University compares 75 dBA to the noise of a vacuum cleaner, but notes that the range of 80 to 90 is a level at which sustained exposure may result in a hearing loss. The applicant is out of compliance with the board order. I respectfully request the county to inspect the site without delay, confirm the findings that I have noted herein, and take assertive remedial action. Please advise. That was sent this first thing this morning. It is now local time 3:40. I have heard nothing from Sarah Abisher. By the way, I CC'd the 3 county commissioners who approved this as well. I have heard nothing from either one of the county commissioners. I also CC'd this to a local state representative, or a state legislator, who has been involved off and on with this process, who told us that if we ever felt that Facebook lied to us, he wanted to know about it. Well, I CC'd him on this email as well. Have we heard from Mr. Gomberg? No, we haven't.